Namaste, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing Channel. My name is Jikara, and I'm a spiritual healing facilitator. And today I am going to be pulling some cards to receive some guidance from the spirit of psilocybin and from spirit in general. And so I will be using my Oracle deck. If you want to find out more about my deck and want to grab it or get your hands on it when it comes out, I want to invite you to go over to my Instagram, the Psilocybin Oracle, and follow. You can also go to psilocybinoracle.com, the psilocybinoracle.com, and sign up for the email list so that you know when the Oracle deck is ready. I am self-publishing the deck, so that means that this is going to be something that depends on the support, and it is also a beautiful love project, and I'm so excited to share this with everyone. And if you really like the messages that I'm been sharing here on the channel this month, then and ongoing, then I would love for you to get your hands on it. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. If you are part of this channel already and you're already subscribed, thank you so much. If this is your first time, I want to invite you to subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, please just like and share this video. It is helpful. It helps us share the love, and also lets YouTube know that you like this channel, and so that YouTube algorithm starts sharing this with other people who may not know about this channel. Okay, so we're going to be diving into the message of the full moon in Pisces. So today is literally Tuesday, September 17th, and we are experiencing the full moon in Pisces tonight and today. And we're in that energy already. And I pulled a card yesterday for the Instagram account for the deck, and we got the Cosmic Father card, which I thought was really interesting. But today we're going to dive a little deeper into that conversation that's the spirit of psilocybin started with us. So just take a moment right now. Let's synchronize with each other. We're setting the intention to pull cards for the collective, for those who are going to be receiving this message. I ask Spirit to open this container of sacred support and love. Give us the guidance that is for the highest good and the highest good only. Only those that are for the highest good and the highest good only of the collective are invited. We receive your support, we receive your guidance, and we take what is for us and we leave behind what is not. And so it is. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and pull some cards. Spirit, we set that intention for the collective. Full moon in Pisces. Okay, we're already getting some cards here. Powerful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Spirit, are we including the message from yesterday as well here? Okay. So I wanted to zero in first on the message that we received yesterday from the spirit of psilocybin, which was the Cosmic Father card. And when I think about the full moon in Pisces, Pisces is all about our dreams. It's a very spiritual sign, and it's all about the unseen. It's all about what exists in the ethers, and very dreamy. But it's also a place where we can sometimes get stuck in what is in our mind, and in what we envision or visualize. And at times we may get stuck in that space of daydreaming, and we might not take actions towards the grounding those dreams. So the cosmic father energy is all about the masculine energy coming through to invite us to reflect on where in our journey, where we are. Of course, we're invited to dream. It's a very important aspect, or a very important part of the process for us to be here on this planet, is to dream. But where are we getting stuck, right, in this space of not, like, not being able to convert that dream into a reality, right? And so that's where the spirit of psilocybin is going to give us a little bit of guidance today. And so the card that came up first was the card of light medicine. And when we look at the light medicine, we are being invited to lean into the things that bring us joy. We tend to get programmed into believing that we have to work hard and be very serious in life in order for us to to be in this adulting mode, right? And as much as it's there is a time and space for us to be serious about things, there's also a time and space for us to rebalance that with joy. And so where in your experience right now are you leaning into a place where you may not be choosing, right, uh, activities or people or behaviors that that can potentially be dampening your experience of joy. So maybe take a moment to journal about this, and or even meditate and think about, where is it that you're robbing yourself from this light medicine that's inside of you, right? The next card that came through here is the shadow medicine, and this came up also for the cosmic lotus circle that I run, which I thought it was really interesting that it came up here. So this is definitely a big aspect that is playing as a collective right now, and it's been playing. The shadow medicine has been playing a big role in the collective for a while now. If we look at social media and we look at all the different shadow aspects that are being presented to us, we can see that there is a collective subconscious purging that is happening. Now, when we look at this shadow medicine, the important thing is to recognize that we don't want to get stuck in the shadow, right? We want to acknowledge it. We want to obviously welcome it and lean into it. But then we also want to welcome it from a place of curiosity. How can we stay curious in this shadow that is coming up for us? And a lot of times those shadows are going to come in the form of triggers. So how can we lean into this trigger, right? And weave in that light medicine, that joyful medicine into it without necessarily feeling like we have to repress it. We can still acknowledge it and even bring a little bit of lightness to it. Maybe even laugh at ourselves, right? Like, oh my gosh, and the spirit of psilocybin is all about that. It really does show us, right, this lovely aspect of ourselves that we can potentially laugh at, right? Like just laugh at the situation and bring some humor into it can really lighten the energy, and it also can even shift our perspective a little bit. And so how can you start weaving that in your own experience at this moment? Especially now with the full moon brings brings light to all of these subconscious experiences, and the triggers may be available for us to work through. So how can you work through these from a place of humor and laughter? The next card that came up was the card of the sun, El Sol. So the sun is, so when I see this from a place of the solar plexus. So, playing into our self-worth. So maybe some of these shadows that are coming up for you may be connected to your solar plexus and your sense of self-worth. And how can you, cultivate that self-worth during this time, right? How can you cultivate this? And you can ask yourself these questions, doing some automatic writing, taking the time tonight under the full moon, maybe lighting a candle and thanking the moon for the shadows that she's showing you, and reflecting on that and letting yourself receive the messages in regards to your own experience on how you can cultivate more self-worth. We can always cultivate more of that in our lives, right? And so, leaning into that sun energy, recognizing that you are capable of transmuting and transforming and alchemizing these specific triggers, these shadows that are showing up, from a place of joy and a place of self-worth and a place of self-compassion, as well as showing up unapologetically, right? And so one of the shadows that have come up with, for some people that are in my own life, uh, they have mentioned how they've been wanting to be more authentic. They've been called to be more authentic during this energy of the full moon coming up. And so, maybe you can take a moment to go get that dress that you've been wanting to wear, but you've been feeling a little insecure about it. Or maybe this is the time for you to wear that two-piece bathing suit that you've been wanting to wear, but you maybe feel insecure about it. Maybe it is time for you to wear that red lipstick, right? This is for the women. For the men, it could be, maybe this is the time for you to take on a project that you've been feeling like maybe a little insecure about, you've been saying no to because you don't feel like you're capable of handling that, or so many other aspects. So this is going to show up for you, each one of you, differently. But the important thing here is to, how can you cultivate that self-worth by showing up authentically and being unapologetically you. I can't speak today. Okay. The next card that came through is a card of mold. And this is a powerful card because this one is letting us know that part of the reason why you haven't been able to lean into that light medicine, to that joyful energy, is because of the external influences. So we want to be mindful, and, caveat here, right? I am sharing this on a social media platform, and I'm telling you, hey, be mindful of external influences such as social media and other media, or even other people that may not be aligned with the vibration that you're moving towards, right? But they may be vibrating at the energy of the shadows that you're experiencing, and so keeping that shadow energy, stronger. So when we're looking at shifting energies and releasing the energies that are related to a trigger, related to a situation that is heavy for us, we want to pay attention to our environment as well. So the mold card is a reminder of paying attention to your environment, and your environment can be influenced by the actual space, whether it is that you need to maybe move some things around or clean, or it could be the environment in the sense of the people that you're around, or it could even be the environment in the sense of the music that you listen to, or even the movies that you watch. And we can take it even a step beyond, with, like I mentioned, social media and other forms of media that you are consuming. So paying attention to that is important. We want to make sure that we are taking care of our sacred vessel. Not only our sacred vessel is the physical, but there is that energetic vessel that we want to pay attention to. So we want to make sure that everything that we are surrounding ourselves with is supporting our vessel to be in the highest expression that it can be. The next card that came up is a card of Intergalactic, and we are there's a shadow side and a light side of the intergalactic families. So what I have been noticing with my own clients, and even within myself, is that there's been connections that a lot of us have been making with intergalactic families that actually need clearing and healing. So that's one of the things that we want to pay attention to, is if you've been having dreams about aliens, or maybe been feeling the energy of entities, alien entities around you, and they don't feel as uh let's say as welcoming or as helpful, that means that there's something to heal and clear between you and that specific being. So it's important to pay attention to that, because when if this is you, if you're one of those people who is experiencing maybe the shadow medicine of this relationship, soul relationship with that specific being, then you want to make sure you lean into that, because there is something that needs to be resolved. And part of the journey for you is to resolve this so that you can move on in your own path, in your specific medicine, in your specific purpose that you're meant to be doing. So this is actually showing up for you. It's not showing up against you. So please be mindful that this is just part of the journey forward for you. The next card was that shows up is the card of shapeshifting. And I really love this one. This came under the sun card. And this is, again, going back to the invitation of being authentic, authentically ourselves. Sometimes we may need to lean into spirit animals, or even maybe think about an animal that you admire and that you like. How can you emulate some of that? How can you shapeshift, right? And emulate that animal in your daily life. Maybe you like the way that that a bird, shows its feathers and colors, and how prideful it is to stand and not mind. Maybe you really like the idea that the bird also has a higher perspective sort of view of the world. Maybe you can start emulating that and shifting your perspectives to the higher perspective. Maybe you like the way how cute a bunny is, how sweet and cute a bunny is, right? Maybe you can start emulating that in your own way. Maybe you do like the way a cat walks, and then you like the elegance of a cat. So how can you emulate that in your life? So you can use this as an example. You can lean into spirit animals. You could also lean into just a specific person, right, that you admire and that you feel they carry the wisdom, and the way they carry themselves is the way that you would like to carry yourself, and then emulating that, and using that experience of shapeshifting into that, so that you can embody it in your own way. And you got to remember, it's not about copying the other person or copying the animal. It's about, okay, how can I take this that I really like and make it my own, right? You have to make it your own. And so that's part of the shape shifting experience that spirit is wanting to invite here for you. The last card that came up here is a card of death. This is actually a really great card, because what this is telling us is that it's time to let go. So this is a perfect day, right, for you to lean into letting go, create a little bit of space for yourself to do a burn ceremony, whatever that is for you, or maybe a moment of just meditation and setting intentions to release, maybe going outside, dancing under the moon, and clearing your energies just by dancing under the moon, or just hugging a tree, whatever that is for you. Your rituals are yours to follow in whichever way that you desire. The important thing is that you set an intention to let go. It can be as simple as just writing down the things that you want to let go of on a piece of paper and burning it. Or it can be as simple as just writing down in your journal what you're letting go and then just keeping it there. Whatever that is for you, just follow your intuition and make this experience your own. So I want to invite you to lean into the shadow medicine, to the light medicine. How can you be uh how can you connect to the joy and the laughter of this experience, right? And give yourself permission to be authentically you. This is the time for you to fully embrace who you are. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful message. I want to thank you for listening to me and for allowing this message to come through. If it landed with you, let it land in your heart. Meditate with this. Take a couple of deep breaths and think of the things and feel into the things that resonated with you. The parts that didn't resonate, it's okay. You can let them go. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Namaste.